Welcome back. In this video, what we're going to be looking at is just how to get data that we've already downloaded. You can see the other video for that. And now start to work with it within StatKey. So because we've started in this course by working with 1 and 2 categorical variables at a time, we're going to focus there. But this applies to anything that we're going to use within StatKey. So let's take a look at trying to create some summary statistics and some visualizations for one categorical variable. Here's our familiar kind of starting place, our dashboard, if you will, that StatKey is going to use some built-in data set. There's a few data sets here. We're really not going to use those very often in this course. The vast majority of the time, we're going to be providing our own data. So you'll need to download the data set that's referenced in a particular problem. But once you've done that, when you're in StatKey, we want this upload file button. We'll navigate. I've downloaded the Pennsylvania Seniors dataset, for example. You open that up, and then what StatKey is showing you is the full dataset. So we can see every single case if we scroll down. If we scroll over to the right, we can see all the different variables. This one has a lot of variables. Okay. The next step is just to choose which variable, or in some cases variables, we care about. So in this case, maybe we want to look at handedness, whether people were left-handed or right-handed. We can just click the hand up at the top here. That's trying to tell us which variable. Again, if we want to learn more about what that variable means, we'll need some other information, maybe from the problem statement, maybe from that PDF we talked about briefly in the download video. But in this one, I happen to know this is just, are you right-handed or are you left-handed? So if we click that, then tell StatKey OK, it'll go in and then analyze all of our data for us. So it's gone and created the frequency table, the relative frequency table, and in fact, it had some people in this data set who are ambidextrous, who can write with both left and right hands. We can, if you wanted to then explore another variable in the same data set, there's this change columns button, which will just bring you back to the data set. And now we can see, for example, how people get to school. The car, or the bus, or a handful of people in this data set walked. Otherwise, we need to upload the data set, find our new data set, whatever that is. So hopefully that helps. Maybe before we go, let me look at one more kind of example where we might have multiple variables and we might have multiple kinds of variables. So if we had one quantitative and one categorical variable, we'll still upload just like we did before. We'll select our data set that we're interested in. But now what's going to happen is StatKey is going to prompt us to enter in multiple variables. And it's trying to give a little bit of a color code here. So first, it's going to have us select the quantitative variable, so the number, so maybe how old people are, and then the categorical variable. Let's see if people, if there seems to be some relationship between how old people are and how they get to school. So in this kind of blue cyan color is our quantitative variable, in yellow is our categorical variable. We hit OK. StatKey's separated everything. We have some crazy plots happening here. We'll talk more about these some other day. We'll have all of our summary statistics. But that's how we can use StatKey to look at more than one variable at a time. If we go back to 2 categorical variables, something we're a little more familiar with, we could take a look at, say, their handedness and how they get to school. And unsurprisingly, seems like people are kind of roughly evenly distributed. Of mostly people are right-handed in each of the sections. Perhaps not that surprising, but that's how we're going to get data into StatKey.